You're probably wondering what the heck we're doing. We're Zach and Dally. 2021 was one heck of a year. We survived the tornado in Louisiana, drove through the plains of Oklahoma, braved the wicked storms in the panhandle of Texas, followed Route 66 through New Mexico, descended from Flagstaff to the desert in Arizona, spent Memorial Weekend with new friends in Sedona, and landed ourselves smack dab on the coast of Cali. Typically, we stay off-grid and follow warmer weather, but that's not the case this winter. This rug is completely frozen. Luckily, we installed our diesel heater last spring, and today we're gonna give you 5 reasons why we love ours. I'm gonna go lay it in the sunshine. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more van life and travel vlog notifications.
Hey guys, Zach and Allie here. Now that winter has officially hit and we're in the middle of Tennessee, we wanted to do a quick update on our Chinese diesel heater. Last night it got all the way down to 15 degrees and it stayed a steady like 68, 70 degrees in here. So you can see 70 degrees in here. And what's the temperature outside?
Currently outside it is 27 degrees and that's the high for today.
Woo!
Cold.
Most van lifers use the Mr. Buddy heater.
And it's nice.
Takes up a lot of floor space.
Well, it's not even that it takes up the floor space. I think it's more or less like you can't get near it.
When you have
like
our amount of floor space, it takes up a lot of floor space.
Because it's essentially an open flame. So if you like knock into it, it shuts off.
Marley's tail's
constantly wagging
everywhere.
So
it is aggravating, and the small propane bottles are aggravating to keep buying and throwing away. If you do move to a bigger propane bottle, then you have a huge 20-pound propane bottle.
And where do you put it in a tiny space? Yep. And the other thing is, like, when you're talking about spaces, not only in the wintertime does it take up space, but in the summertime when you don't need those items, it's like, where do you put it?
Where do you store it?
So we would try to store it in the back of the van, and so you gotta remember, like, we do this full time. So, you know, we're not just like going to a house every now and then and dropping off the items that we don't need. It's we have to store it in the van if we're not using, even if we're not
using it.
Warm
weather, cold weather, everything we have year round is in the van.
Because I don't have to store it in the summer, and I don't have to store it, and like it's not in the middle of my floor in the winter, so.
Yep, we have it underneath the passenger seat of the van, so it's out of the way.
I'm gonna stand in the sunshine for a second. We are staying on a campground at the moment because Zach is working a job here in Tennessee, and we're gonna be here till probably March, hopefully, as long as he passed his welding test. So we decided to stay on a campground where we can have unlimited power, although the diesel heater does run off of 12 volt. So if we wanted to go off grid with it, that's nice.
We have it hooked up to our 12 volt battery and it uses nothing as far as power goes.
Well, I accidentally cut it on because we have the remote underneath of my seat, which I'm the driver. So, and that's where all my shoes are stored. So, I mean, if you want to check out the van tour, we'll link a van tour video here. But I do have my shoes stored under my seat. And so the other day when we were at Walmart, I went to pull my shoes out and accidentally like hit the button and cut the heater on. And it doesn't take much power to cut it on, which is nice. Yeah. So it's usable off grid as well.
Yeah. The diesel heater is good for on-grid, off-grid situations.
Well, and honestly, like, right this moment, we are on grid because Zach is working and we need showers and, you know, like, stable kind of living situation while he's working. But when he's not working, you know, we've spent a lot of time off-grid as well. And we never, I mean, we've never had to use a heater, but I would like to be off-grid and know that I have a heater to use. So
the diesel heater is perfect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So as we said, it's a whopping 27 degrees out here, and even though there's no snow on the ground, you can see that there is icicles hanging from the van, and there's a bit of snow on the picnic table. Most everything is kind of melting in the sunshine, so I'm grateful for the sunshine today. Check this view out. You can't really see the top of the mountain. But how pretty is that?
I feel like, how many times have we been to a store looking for the little propane bottles?
And they don't have them?
Yep, they're sold out because a big snowstorm was coming or cold weather's coming and we can't find them. You can always get the big ones, but then once again, the big ones take up more room. Diesel fuel is available everywhere. So the little propane bottles last 6 to 8 hours at the most on low. So if you plug it in that night, right before you go to bed, you're gonna wake up at, the most inconvenient hour of the night, and it's gonna be freezing cold and you're running out of propane and you have to plug in another little tiny bottle. Basically, a gallon of diesel lasts us 24 hours running non-stop. And we have the 5 kilowatt hour diesel heater, which is, I've heard, more efficient than most. Typically, to heat our van up, we use it on low to the mid-range. We've never really used it on high. I can fill up our 2-gallon tank and it's good for 48 hours, or a little longer if we turn it off during the day.
Mm-hmm. Check out these icicles just like hanging from the van. They were so big the other day. Look, that one dripped down. You can kind of hear the heater going from outside. It does exhaust out here. And the snow on the van was a lot worse the other day, but it's cold enough for it to still be snowy.
It has a thermostat. You can literally set this thing and forget it. Set it and forget it. And it also has a key fob. So while you're laying in bed, you can adjust the heat up and down. With a propane or an electric heater, you can't really set the thermostat.
No, you can set the thermostat with those, but
It doesn't seem as efficient.
it doesn't hold the temperature as well. So like for this one, we set it at 70 degrees, and like I said, we installed it backwards. So it blows into the front of the cab, but it seems to hold the temperature back here just as well with the little Mr. Heater Buddy. There is no setting how hot you get. It's literally you're either like sweating your butt off, or you're freezing and like parts of the van are cold and parts of the van are hot, and like right in front of the heater, the Mr. Heater Buddy is like really hot, and then like behind it is like really cold. So like there's no like setting.
Let me show you real quick.
Temperature.
Our little controller. Marley seems to enjoy it.
Marley just doesn't like the cold.
Her bed stays nice and warm.
I'm actually petrified of propane. When we first started living in the van, I was deathly afraid of using our propane stove. Like I would only use it when the door was open, and yeah, I mean to this day, like I'll still crack a vent in the front when the propane is on, but
Obviously.
the exhaust of the diesel heater, the intake, the fuel, everything is outside except for
The heating component.
the heating element.
But there's no carbon monoxide, there's no fumes, there's no exhaust, there's nothing.
But like I don't have to open the vents to make sure that we're not gonna die in the middle of the night because of propane pouring out. And we have a dog. There are moments where like when I leave, I'm like, man, if I'm gonna be gone for a long period of time, I don't wanna leave Marley in here. But if she does get out of her bed and like she does wanna do something, I don't want
an open flame.
I don't want an open flame, and I don't want something that, even though the electric heaters, if they're like knocked over, a lot of times they'll cut off. Like I still worry about her knocking into it, like burning herself, it flipping over. That one electric heater that we had didn't even have that safety element
fell
to
over,
it.
it would still stay on.
It stayed on and it would move. So I mean, I'm not trying to burn the van up. My biggest concern, like safety, is yes, our safety, but the safety of my animal. If I do have to leave her in here, I want to know that I have something safe enough to cut on that's out of her way. So, just to prove to you how cold it actually is, This rug is completely frozen. I'm gonna go lay it in the sunshine. Oh my gosh, this is like you can't even bend this spot.
We're trying to thaw out our hose. We actually got it flowing now. What do you think, Mar? What do you think? Look at that view. Those are the 5 reasons why we love a diesel heater.
I think those were fun.
If not, then we'll figure it out.
It might be 4.
Maybe tomorrow we'll show you how we fill it up.
Feeling it's very easy, but I don't do it.
Not as easy as we hoped it would be. But
Well, we wanted it to be easier, but I don't do it. You do it. I would do it, but I don't wanna. It's cold out there.
yes, it's currently snowing, and we're nice and toasty. So, hope you guys enjoyed our video. See you next time.
Tune in next time.